We're gonna make a big pooling area coming out of the waterfall, and there'll be actually another waterfall right here, so they'll cross through here.
Chris, is that a heavy one?
No.
Not at all?
That was actually one of the smallest rocks we put in here.
You can see the light we have for the horsetail. Look what is here. It is April 11th and the rocks have come to my house. There's 7 pallets of rocks right here and they're huge. I'll show you more when that truck backs up and we drop them off right here. Look how many rocks. This is just one of these and there's 7 of them in different sizes, but check out how big it is. Look how solid these rocks are. Think about all these in the big pond, how nice this pond is gonna look. That is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is all of the rocks. That just gives you an example on how epic of a series of building videos you guys are about to see. Look at this. It literally goes down my whole driveway. And here are the pond products. Holy cow. Oh my lord. Adios. Oh my gosh, dude. There's the filtration system for the new mini pond. You guys will see all this. I don't even want to spoil it. Dude, it's like I can make a video on just unboxing all this. This is insane. Look at all this stuff. Aquascape, hooking it up. Look, aquascape, aquascape, boom, boom. There's just literally layers. Look at that. That's just right here. That's just right there. Over here, 2 of the biggest and heaviest ones on the little boulder roller. All the rocks right here. And then some tubing and stuff right there. Greg and his team have not even arrived yet. This is literally the morning of the day they're gonna arrive. They're gonna arrive tomorrow night, and you guys will be seeing this video like 2 days from now. Then it's all screwed up. But anyway, this is before Greg has even gotten here. And this is how much fun I'm having. All by myself, sitting here looking at boxes. I'm super entertained because half of this stuff I've never even seen before, never even knew existed for a pond. This is not only a pond, this is a high-tech, professionally made and built pond. Aquascape actually donated everything to build these ponds, and once again, there's stuff I've never even seen before. There's auto dosers down there, there's all sorts of stuff. Like, look at these things. All I know is it's gonna be insane, and it's about 3 o'clock p.m. right now, and Greg is gonna arrive here at about 6 o'clock. So I've got 3 hours to kind of spare myself looking at these cardboard boxes, trying not to open them. I'm gonna stack them somewhere where they can't get wet. There's the skimmer right there, artificial, and then there's some stuff inside the skimmer. There is literally everything for the build right there, and all this. And then tomorrow a truck is coming and dumping a whole ton of micro little pebbles to put in the bottom of the pond right here. So that's another whole bunch of rocks going in. So there's a lot that goes into these ponds, as you can tell.
We gotta set that biofalls down.
Okay.
Lower just to keep it to scale.
Yeah, I gotcha. But yeah, first rock, biofalls is going right there, and they're working on that edge.
All I brought.
Damn, so you guys made whole new ledges. The whole entire thing.
We're carving this so we can fit in these slate walls.
Yep.
This is gonna be such a cool edge because you'll be able to plant aquatic plants along this whole edge, and it'll just be a nice transition from aquatic to terrestrial. It'll be seamless.
This is unreal, dude. Oh my gosh. Look at this. There goes that shovel.
Did you bust? Come on.
I got it like that.
Seriously. That was our last shovel.
This was the good one.
That was it. Oh, now Chris, that's our last shovel now.
We should just send Greg back to the hardware store.
Yeah,
I really do think we should.
Now you got to work with that for the rest of the day, Brian.
We're dumping the gravel, Paul.
Oh, all right. Well, Alex from Koi Smart just came in. I think we got some more of these little pebbles. Two tons I'm trying to jump around and film as much as going on, but literally these guys are just on it. Like when they came, they just right away just starting it. Chris, everyone's doing different projects, so I'm trying to, boom, we got the skimmer going on. These guys are killing the big pond here. Deeper point right there. Okay, so what are we doing here?
So we've got to build a rock retaining wall to protect the tree and the fence so that the dirt's not up against the fence and pushing on it.
Yep.
So what we're gonna do now is bring those rocks in and start constructing this wall, maybe about 18 inches high, so we can put dirt in between the wall and the biofalls and disguise everything.
Cool. And so we're just gonna build around here with those rocks right there. And then as Brian and Chris works on the skimmer, Brian is working on all these ledges, and then Austin from Lucky Landscape just came out and capped our sprinkler holes, our sprinkler line right here, so that we could fit that skimmer in there. So we started a wall right here, and we're building out to this way. So we've got it about halfway. I'm gonna go the other half once he gets this dug out. And then, boom, we're set. All right, so me and Dakota just tossing dirt back here and built this wall. The wall goes down this back side, but it's pretty much just surrounding. Dakota's out here now helping me out. We've got a bunch of people, man. All right, so we're just backfilling this now. All right. We're just gonna fill this up so that we can actually plant plants up here by the biofall. So Greg, how's your bagel going?
Well, I'll tell you in a second here. All I know is that I went to Home Depot to get shovels, and then Austin shows up with an entire trailer of product.
So Brian's filling this in right here where he just did that plumbing. And then right to the left of that, we're getting another plumbing system. We're gonna run it this way along the patio, hit a right turn, and put that pot that's in the box right there over there on that side. Just to give you guys an idea on what's going on here. Look how much stuff is in my backyard. It's a little intense. B-roll? I'm just gonna do raw B-roll. Like B-roll would be B-roll if I put music, but I'm not gonna do B-roll because I'm gonna make it raw. Alright. This is the B-roll master, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna get low. Go. I got you.
Watch out, Nero.
Nero.
Oh my God, Nero.
That's a bad spot to be, buddy. Alright.
Watch out.
Might have been the worst B-roll shot I've ever taken in my life. I like skipped like this. Here they all come. All right, I'm gonna film Chris doing a little and then I'm gonna help out, but I just wanna get all this footage for you guys. So you're gonna start from the bottom and then go up. But for now, we are rocking the bottom of this pond.
Yeah. So when rocking the pond, it's really important to remember the height of your edges. So when you're putting these rocks in, to avoid stacking a bunch of stuff, find rocks that are a couple inches taller than the ledge that you're supporting them against, right?
Yep.
That way,
when you put the pebbles,
when you put the gravel on these shelves,
it'll hold it.
Just fall off
the
top.
Well, once again, this thing is just destroyed. Not really destroyed, but it's I don't even think we're gonna work on this today. Like, this is like the main priority right here, the big pond. Which is good though, because then I could just focus on one thing and then I could film building this after.
Here's what I want, yes. I want you to see what we're doing here, be part of this, and then this is your baby right here.
Yeah, exactly. So I'll have all these leftover rocks, everything you could think of to build. My hair is crazy, but we're working like crazy, so. To build that mini pond right there. So I'll have a bunch of materials and hopefully I'll have some friends with me because this is not like a normal pond. Building these ponds is definitely a teamwork job. Look at this. Let me show you kind of what's going on down here so far. So you actually built a fish cave, Chris, didn't you?
Yeah, dude. Like, you know, you're gonna have some fish in here, but
it goes all the way back there, dude. That's so sick. It goes way in there. This is a fish cave at the very bottom level, but that's exactly how it'll look. But throughout the whole thing, you'll see. Cannot wait. It's gonna be awesome. All right, so we're working on the skimmer now.
Yep. What we want to do is get our liner down in front of the face of the skimmer so that it's not taut. So if there's any settling, it has a little room to do that. So we'll pull that extra liner down, we'll get it flat up against here. We're gonna mark where our bolt holes are going through the liner. Then we can go ahead and put our faceplate on with the silicone, and then we can cut out the inside and put the skimmer with the faceplate on. So there's gonna be holes on the top, the sides, and the bottom. Once those are all installed, then I'll put this plastic faceplate on. That'll get bolted on. There'll be silicone behind the liner for a seal, and then we'll cut out all this liner on the inside, and that'll be the skimmer faceplate.
All right, Nero's watching too.
So we got our black fish safe silicone. We're gonna put that around the whole face of the skimmer, and that's gonna make our watertight seal once we compress the faceplate and the liner onto the skimmer.
Starting to come together here. There we go. Skimmer's done. Brian's working right around it now. Chris is working more on the ledge down there.
So the plan is with this, we're actually going to cut probably 4-inch notches in it, 2 of them, so it'll be spilling water out of the bowl. Nice ribbon waterfalls, be very cool. That's going to go over in the corner of the pond. Something like that, where it's going to have a waterfall here, and a waterfall towards the patio. Holy cool. Then we can put some aquatic plants in there and make like a little wetland filter.
I can also put, yeah.
And then the plants can go in these here, so it'll just kind of meld all together. It's gonna be really sweet.
All right, so a second from now, this is the wall that we're gonna be putting against here. But since this is a bowl, and we need to shape it to go straight across, we gotta cut this. So what I'm gonna be doing is cutting that at a bowl angle so that it tucks right up in there. And this bowl will be pouring out water through a slot right here, and then a slot over there as well. That tubing is connected to the skimmer as well. There'll be 2 pumps in the skimmer, one flowing the biofalls over there, and another one that's pushing water through that and making it come out of here. This will also be like another like a supernatural wetlands filter here, which means there's just literally gravel and then plants through that. It acts as a filter itself as well. Everyone's eating lunch right now. In about 3 hours, we have gotten a lot of work done. Look at that rock. Chris, is that a heavy one?
No.
Not at all?
That's actually one of the smallest rocks we put in here.
Oh, God. We're getting there. It's gonna happen eventually. Oh, yeah. Boom. Check it. Hell yeah, dude. Leveled. Look at that.
Pretty close, huh?
Little progress look here, guys. Check it out. It is definitely coming along. If you come from this side, you can see slowly starting to get every rock in place, at least on that bottom half so far. Coming up this way, the wall is looking nice, and then we're gonna actually start making the stream up to here in just a little bit. But so far, this is extreme. There you go.
And he's done it. A man with a tool.
So what did you drill the hole for, Paul?
Huh?
We need dog. We're gonna cut this in here.
Yep.
Pond level will come into here, and then we're gonna make a big pooling area come out of the waterfall, and there'll be actually another waterfall right here. So they'll cross through here, and then have like 2 waterfalls over there.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. And then we're just gonna, just like we said before, just build this up. And then we can actually plant up here.
Yep.
All right, and we have finished the wall about right there. And as you can see, it comes all the way around to there. And on the back side, it just protects the fence and the tree right there. And this will all have plants up on top of it. As you can see, all this is done. There's an LED hiding in there, another one down there. I'm sure we're gonna do some in the waterfall mostly, right?
Oh, we're definitely gonna do some whites and water.
Yeah. That pot is gonna look so badass right there, dude.
Freaking know it, dude.
That water pouring out from that angle and then two waterfall. Oh my goodness. Oh my gosh.
Actually, Brian's gonna probably jump in.
Here goes Chris. He likes to use his head to work.
You know, it's not just for thinking, Paul.
Exactly. Boom. That music is really gonna get me on copyright.
We're talking about how to work out the stepping stone. So this is gonna be a level of stream. So they'll be falling out of the biofalls.
Yep.
Pulling up, and then it'll drop in here. We're thinking about putting a stepping stone here as one of the frame rocks for the waterfall, and then kind of step down a little lower and then step back up again. So it's something that's like a cool crossing. It doesn't really intrude on the look of the pond, but it's going to be pretty
That's
awesome.
the brain that's got it right there.
Wrong. He stole that idea.
So that's the brain that got it.
Jack's like, hey Brian, what do you think of this? And I was like, well, let's do this. And then I was like, hey, get this on video real quick. Like, I think what we should do.
I see what's going on here now. I can see it. I'm picturing it in my mind. Do you notice that the way I dug the pond has nothing to do the way we made it? Literally nothing.
It was really a good start.
Oh, for sure. Like I knocked out like the whole entire sides.
It was a good baseline.
Yeah, the whole
But yeah, not the design. You can see the light we have for the horsetail. This little stream going on. We're gonna make this bigger, aren't we?
Yeah. Once we figure out, you know, what the flow of the pump's gonna be.
Yeah.
Make it wall.
How big is the rock?
That foam now holds that light in place, so that can't move anywhere. And he's got the other one in there. And just like that, we have built around the patio now. Check this out. Chris is over there bringing big old rocks to set up against the side right here. It's coming along super fast. They're building the first stepping stone at the moment. That is gonna be the first one right there. This has actually become more of a hill now, so it looks pretty damn good. Look how cool that looks. Right around.
The trick is just getting these folds appropriate. You don't want to have a fold all the way down here because water can actually leak. It's going to take the path of least resistance, right?
Yeah.
So this potentially could be a low edge down here. So you want to make sure that those folds stay up nice and high.
So that is pretty much it for the first episode of this big pond build. We've done a lot in this video. As you can see, the skimmer's in, the bowl is in, the wall is in, pretty much all the rocks on the bottom, at least right here, are in. They're officially starting to tuck in all the tarp so that you can't see it at all, right along that wall. Next step in next video will be pretty much finishing the whole pond. I think I'm gonna finish the whole pond and then